Okay, y'all, I'm gonna try and keep this as short and simple as possible. So, I had written down some notes right before I started, and they magically disappeared. I had a whole plan set out before me, but apparently that is not the plan. Now, the other day, I did take some notes to kind of guide and help those of you make sense of the energies that you've been experiencing leading up to the new moon, passing through the new moon, and possibly at this time, in this moment right now. Also, I got out a couple decks, which are telepathy oracle cards, the original tarot, and the wisdom of the hidden realms. And as I was shuffling the telepathy oracle cards, two flew out. So I flipped the deck to the bottom of the deck. And I already shuffled the original tarot and the wisdom of the hidden realms. So I just figured I'd flip them over too. And we're going to get to that. But first, let me help you make sense of this energy. So this is recent energy that was brought to the surface. And I'm simply shedding a light to help you gain higher perspective. You have not been falling behind. You have, in fact, been catalyzing, okay, and transcending in order to leap ahead in a big way. This was like a rapid shedding of old and outdated patterns. Things that you thought you have already dealt with, okay? And this was for the purpose of you surrendering fully to your heart space and what it is you feel above what you're seeing externally. And most importantly, what the ego is trying to convince you of. Okay? So this is for the purpose of fully trusting in and following your heart to lead you forward. So great things are being prepared and have been being prepared behind the scenes. And these are secrets that have been kept hidden to you. You know, we can't know all things and have all answers, or else we would try to control things and get in our own way. So a message that came through was that the DNA codes have been activated on the full light spectrum, to perceive the full light spectrum. Something about the full light spectrum activating in the DNA, which is allowing for your, not only your third eye spiritual sight, but your physical eyes to see beyond the illusions and to see things that you don't normally see. Also, the energies you were experiencing was a loud message for you to stop silencing yourself, to stop blocking yourself from sharing yourself and your energy with the world, to stop hiding, stop dimming your light and hiding your truth. So this was like a final stage or phase, 313 as I say this, of you mastering the concept of truly understanding when you're perceiving a situation that absolutely does not serve you. And you are in full awareness of this, right? In these moments, which enables you to switch tracks and choose to perceive things in a brand new and different way. So in this manner, you are mastering the art of non-attachment. And with this energy, it was really a big push for you to move out of your head, out of the overthinking, the analytical mind, logically trying to make sense of things in order to get out of this stagnancy and dormancy from just sitting still, caught up in your head, can't get out of your head, so you can take action that supports you. So the biggest challenge has been you being in your head. What will greatly help you with this is, okay, so our awareness is usually, for most people, their awareness is predominantly located where the physical eyes are and in between the ears, which is really noisy. And that's where the analytical processing takes place, the overthinking. If you can make it a daily practice to set the intention to connect with your higher mind by moving your awareness above this area into the third eye or the crown to connect with the higher mind. This requires for you to not overthink doing that, okay? You simply set the intention, right? And allow it to rise. You can even visualize a light. Doesn't matter the color, whatever you prefer. Like, it literally doesn't matter. Whatever helps you. A ball of light moving from here to here. Quiet. Immediate quietness. Where you're then able to perceive higher truths. And to also access clarity. I'm doing this mudra. And that's funny. I believe that this is specifically used in order to tune into higher awareness and gain higher knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, that being said, when you're able to move your awareness in that way, you can connect with the higher mind to help you make more beneficial decisions, to use your time more wisely, as in not remaining stagnant in this never-ending story of overthinking all these things that are not beneficial or useful for you. But to get clear understanding and direction, right? Accessing your higher truth. Gaining inspiration on what can help you propel forward. So when you're moving your awareness, after you move your awareness, it's also important that you then make it a daily practice along with this. Now, this is you connecting with the spiritual energy, which is really important before you start setting out, taking actions, or trying to work with your mindset, or make anything happen, or manifest anything, okay? Is connecting with the higher mind, the spiritual energy. Everything takes place first on the spiritual level, that spiritual sacred energy, okay? So you can say all the affirmations you want and do all the mindset practices your heart desires to overwork itself towards, but until you make it a point to tune into the spiritual energy, which is the foundation that propels everything else, that sets everything else into motion, you're not going to get very far. You're going to keep coming back to the same spot. Okay, moving forward. So after moving your awareness, you can also practice moving your awareness to your heart center. I suggest first practicing, especially if you're an overthinker, practicing moving your awareness up to the third eye or crown area, okay? Next, you want to ground, daily grounding. For most people, it's difficult for them to imagine like roots growing from their feet. For some reason, many people have issues with their feet, and I think that is connected to, you know, stability, security, feeling safe within oneself, their reality, their potential, their capabilities, their fulfillment, etc. So the base of the spine, right? You want to imagine roots growing from the base of your spine all the way down into the earth, through the earth, until you hit the earth's core. I personally like to imagine the earth's core, I've always seen it this way, as like this beautiful, it's like this light blue, etheric, fiery ball of plasma, I guess you could say. Anchor those roots there, okay? And that is how you can easily bring yourself back to your center, bring yourself back to you. If you want to take this a step further, after the grounding process, you can imagine whatever color is purifying for you, whether that is some kind of like violet flame, if it's white light, if it's rainbow light, if it's black light. It doesn't matter the color. It's just the meaning that it holds for you. It's the intention you're setting and the belief that it's working. Inviting this purifying light through your crown chakra, all throughout your body, and pushing out excess energies down those roots into the earth's core, especially energies that you have absorbed, whether knowingly or unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, willingly, unwillingly, from your environments, from others. I mean, we are constantly bombarded with like dirty, distorted, and negative frequencies and energies everywhere we go. And it's important to be aware of this, or you can really spiral in this area and get stuck. Flush yourself out is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, moving forward. Now, you have already mastered gaining new perspectives and actively listening to your emotions. But the issue you've been experiencing is you've been experiencing this internal conflict or battle where your mind is trying to tell you or convince you of a different story. And this confusion, all this confusion and these illusions are outside interferences. That's why I told you to flush yourself out. This is external noise. Okay, it makes so much sense what came out too. Okay, so if we're going to take this on a deeper level, this has a lot to do with quantum entanglement and communication. So it's already been scientifically proven that we can teleport information codes on a quantum level between two particles that are entangled, whether they are next to each other or not physically in the same location at a far distance, right? This makes so much sense because this is where I ended these notes the other day. So this external noise. This is for those of you, the cards that flew out from the telepathy oracle cards. It was two. First we have acceleration here. Speed up and chase the results you want. Twin flame. Twin flames contain an aspect of each other's personality. It's less about what it says on this card. Bottom of the deck. Union. So I was like, okay, let me flip over the original tarot. The Lovers. The secrets of the hidden realms. the sacred union, partnership, romance. So this is the quantum communication, the telepathy, the teleportation of communication and information codes between you and your sacred counterpart that has been experiencing these disturbances and interferences from the external noises. Okay? It's important for you to be aware of that, because that's what's causing the mind to stray from what the heart knows to be true. And it's important that you're listening to the heart. Now, something that will be very... Okay, I forgot I had the Starseed Oracle on the bottom of the deck was, you're not alone. Splitting it in half, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. You are integrating this union. This is for those of you that have been on this journey from anywhere from 5 to 20 years. Okay? Look, there's that color I was speaking of with the earth. Oh, that's perfect. Well and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. That's all about honoring your truth, speaking your truth, honing into the truth, and not allowing yourself to be deceived or led astray by this external noise. Okay, because you are in this rapid acceleration. But what I'm also getting in the notes I wrote was divine intervention is at play. So you're not alone, you're being assisted with this. So you may find yourself straying, and then you're being brought right back to your center, into your heart space, into that truth. Because maybe for a lot of you, you are in communication in a physical manner, connecting physically with this special soul contract you hold with a divine equal. And that external noise that is distorting the truth is always proven to be false whenever you're connecting. Anyways, what will greatly help you, right? Connect back to nature. Keep things simple. Stop mindlessly scrolling on social media, because guess what? That's where a lot of external noise is distorting your electromagnetic field, your etheric field. Go outside whenever you are feeling stuck in your mind, and go touch a tree. You can just lay your hand on a tree. That tree is going to instantaneously transfer negative ions all throughout your entire structure, every cell within your body. And all living organisms need those negative ions in order to maintain and harness that feel-good energy, because we naturally produce a lot of positive ions, and our environment does as well. But we're bombarded by so much negative energy and frequencies. Like air conditioning, it produces a lot of positive ions as well. So if you want to take it a step further, you can also touch the tree and be barefoot on the earth. Go to the freaking beach and walk on the sand. Connect with the ocean. I spent all day today out in the sun. Also connect with the sun. Be out in the sunshine. I spent all day out in the sun today, out on the lake. And it was so refreshing. It was beautiful. I felt rooted in such a powerful way, where I was truly being that conduit between above and below. Now you can also get EMF protection devices such as orgonites, to help you maintain that good energy all around your field and in your environment. Also, I forgot the name of this, but it's a copper. You can get this you can make this yourself, and I will share the video in my stories. So there is the specific, it's just copper, okay? Copper wire that is intertwined and twisted into a ring or a bracelet. Okay, and wearing that copper is powerful because it is going to repel that negative, fearful, distorted energy and allow you to maintain your natural feel-good essence. But also it is like a life-affirming energy, just as connecting with trees, right? Touching trees, walking barefoot on the earth, connecting with nature gives you that life force energy instantaneously, and there's nothing stopping you other than you choosing to remain stuck in your head and glued to your device. I see 33. Okay. So under union we have barrier, and we already know what the barrier is. This says find ways around obstacles to find happiness. I've literally just gave you those keys. And then I had split it in half, test. So you've been tested. You're in this testing energy, for lack of a better word. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. Right before this acceleration of this union, of this marriage, this partnership, this coming together with another. This is done through love. Choosing love, not fear. Love conquers everything. Alright. Okay, awesome. So, we got Cupid. Love is in the air when Cupid is around. So like I said, you have helpers, hidden helpers. Ask for their assistance with remembering to come back to your center, remembering not to get caught up in the whirlpool of distractions. Okay? To remember to come back, to keep remembering this sacred union, to keep remembering who you are and what you already know, to bring you back to this recognition time and time again. When you feel you have strayed off path, you will be helped through recognizing signs and being gifted miracles. Okay? Ask for help with maintaining this energy of admiration and appreciation, because it's really time for you to stay in the frequency of thinking about everything you appreciate about your partner. Okay? So that this rekindling, so that you can rekindle the magic and the truth that you have already tapped into, have already decided upon, and have already known. Okay? And this will also help you strengthen that bond, that natural link between the two of you. Because remember, if you fall for that distortion, that external interference and noise, feed into it, is going to impact the other, because you are quantumly entangled. and you are sending information. So this is a time of honoring your truth, your morals, your values, what's truly important. Treating this person that you love with the respect they deserve, with the love they deserve, seeing them through the eyes of love and beauty, really anchoring in energies of unity and unconditional love. You will find that this relationship becomes stronger. Okay? And as you, once again, spirit is there helping you. And I also feel like they're, an aspect of them, with higher self, soul, whatever you want to call it, is guiding you through this process. As you do this, follow this guidance. You will be blown away by the amazing synchronicities that occur. And the synchronicities that are taking place each time you remember and come back to truth and come back to your center, to that truth, to that eternal truth that you cannot deny, because you always come back to it, even if something pulls you away. Those temptations are fun. Those narratives are exciting sometimes to get caught up in, but they're so not worth it. They're frustrating. You're both experiencing these synchronicities at the same time, being brought back to center. You're experiencing certain aha moments, epiphanies about this, and something about really strong roots has already been solidified. The foundation has already been laid. The information you're exchanging, the pure, true information that is not distorted, that is not outside interferences, are going to be experienced as you come together in a physical, tangible way. Kind of like a deja vu moment. But the synchronicities that you're receiving, you're probably really seeing a lot of 1111 right now. Those are portals, doorways for you to enter. But this is also representing that you are strongly coming into harmony and balance in your soulmate connection. Allow yourself to tap back into that childlike innocence and optimism, okay? You're not going to be burned. You're not going to be let down. You've come so far. Remember how far you have come. Remember the truths you've already gained clarity about. Nothing and nobody can steal that from you. As you remain in this optimistic energy, paying attention to the mirrored synchronicities outside of you, as you keep choosing yourself and this union, your center and love in the true clarity within you, allowing for the universe to rearrange things in the most perfect way, way more grander than you could ever control. You will be pleasantly and abundantly surprised about what transpires. As you remain in this energy, things will be revealed to you. Things that have been kept hidden and kind of just right outside of your awareness are now going to be understood and seen, and you will not be able to unsee. Okay? Especially as you are maintaining your happiness, choosing your happiness, choosing to be happy, choosing to feel good each and every day. Despite what external circumstances are showing, choosing your joy is how you are leading the way into this partnership. Embracing this connection and allowing yourself to be happy is the frequency that will lead you straight to this person without all the obstacles and mazes. So, to end this, the answer is yes. You can absolutely trust your intuition. Whatever you've been picking up on about what's coming in that, oh no, it's too good to be true, and that noise comes in, it's happening, it's coming in. This might be like ideas that you had years ago, and they're recircling back around because now's the time. You've created the necessary space for this to be able to reach you and be received by you. But not only that, to be maintained as a long-term experience. It won't be fleeting. It is yours to keep. Sending you all good luck and love.